Okay everybody, so this is a video to show you how to construct your own pictogram. You're going to be creating a pictogram on how much fruit you have got in your house. So the first thing you need to do, remember we looked at the different features of a pictogram, so you need to create your headings. In this column you're going to be listing the types of fruit, and in this column you will have your pictures to show how many you've got. So what do you think the heading should be that goes here? That's right, it should be fruit or types of fruit. Something that explains that you're about to list the different fruits. And what do you think the heading should be that goes here? I've put how many in my house. You could write anything that says how many fruit you've got in your house or in your bowl, or something that explains that this column is going to show how many you've got. So what do we need to do in this column? That's right, we're going to list the different types of fruit that we've got. So in my house, I'm going to have a look at the different types of fruits I've got. So I've got kiwi, banana, limes, lemons, and apples. So on my pictogram, I need to list those types of fruits in the column that says fruit. Now you need to decide what picture you are going to use to represent how many you've got in this column. You could use the different types of fruits, and you could use a picture of each type of fruit, but you've also got to decide how many each picture is going to represent. Will it represent 1, 2, 4, 5? In my house, you can see most of the fruit I've got is an even number, except for my bananas where I've got 5. So I could decide to either do one picture represents 1 or one picture represents 2. It's up to you how much you challenge yourself with that. I've decided to use a picture of a fruit bowl for my pictogram. It's up to you what picture you decide to use. But that's what I've chosen to use. So the first thing I need to do is put that in my key and explain how many each fruit bowl represents. So as you can see, I've put in my key that each picture, each fruit bowl represents 2 pieces of fruit. So the first fruit that I've put into my pictogram is kiwi. So I'm going to see how many of those I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if each fruit bowl represents 2 pieces of fruit, then I'm going to need 2, because 2 2s are 4. Then I need to go on to my next item of fruit, banana. Now I've actually got 5 here, although you can't see it very well. 1, 2, 3, and then there's 2 underneath. 4, 5. So if each of these represents 2, then I'm going to need 2 and a half, because that will be 2, 4, and then I need to show one piece. So one piece will be half of this bowl. So now you can see I've got 2, 4, and then that represents 1 because it's half of this. Half of 2 is 1. So I've got 2, 4, and 1, which equals 5. So now it's time to go on to the next one, which says kiwi. Oh, I've already done kiwi, so that's a mistake. It should say lime. So don't worry if you make a mistake on yours. You just do what we always ask you to do, which is to put a neat line through it and just write it out neatly again. So now I need to see how many lines I've got. I've got 4. So if each of those represents 2, I need 2 pictures because 2, lots of 2 are 4. And then moving on to my next piece of fruit, which is lemon. I've got 2 of those. So hopefully you can think about how many pictures I will need. If one of these represents 2, then I will need 1. That's right. And finally, I'm going to look for my apples. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 apples. So if each picture represents 2, then I'll need 1, 2, 3. 3 pictures to represent 6 apples. And now I have got my pictogram. So as you can see, I've included all of the features. I've put my key, I've got my headings, I've got the different types of fruit, and I've put in the pictures that represent how many I've got. I don't need to put a picture of my fruit in. You don't need to do that. You can if you want to show me that you've done it correctly, but you don't have to. That was just there to show you that I need to be looking at my fruit whilst I'm making the pictogram. Now it's up to you if you do this, if you draw it out, or you could do it on the computer if you prefer. Good luck everybody, we can't wait to see your pictograms.